Hi, welcome to Being Timmy. So I've gotten a few more comments, one comment and a couple more questions from people about the epilepsy video, and I'm happy to share them with you, and I thank you very much for sending them via the YouTube channel or the BeingTimmy video blog page on Facebook. This one is from Wave, and he says, "Honesty rocks. Thanks for sharing your experiences with epilepsy. I thank you very much for watching the video and perhaps sharing it with someone who is who would benefit from seeing it, or who might learn something. I am very happy to share my experiences with epilepsy. I hope someone out there can benefit from it. And honesty rocks, yes, it does, absolutely. In every aspect of our life, honesty absolutely does rock." I have from Kathy a question, and I'm not sure where you live, Kathy, but I thank you very much for sending in your question. She says she just watched the epilepsy video, and she has an employee that had a seizure at work, and he fell on the floor. I wasn't there, but I am worried about him. He won't really talk about it. What do I do if he has another seizure? They took him in an ambulance, but he was too shy to talk about it. Is there a certain thing that brings them on, or is it unpredictable? Well, Kathy, I want to say first of all, I'm sorry to hear that your employee experienced what is known as a grand mal seizure, and so those would be the most physical kind that you can see, and I'm assuming that he fell on the floor, which can sometimes be dangerous, and if an ambulance was called, I hope everything's okay with him. If he's just newly diagnosed with epilepsy, and I think you come from, well, you're in BC, I would contact the BC Epilepsy Society. Just Google BC Epilepsy Society, and they are a fantastic place for information. They have support groups for people who are newly diagnosed with epilepsy, and you can also meet other people who have epilepsy, and you can certainly share stories and learn from their stories as well. They have great lectures that they give out. They send out newsletters, and it's a great place for communication and for getting information and support. And you want to know about what you should do if he has another seizure. Well, it depends on what kind of seizures that he has. If he's having a grand mal seizure, I'd say the only thing, if you can, is try to put a pillow under his head so he doesn't bang his head. I don't have grand mal seizures, but he'll be able to find out from his neurologist if he doesn't already have one, or an epilepsy specialist. And you too can also Google grand mal seizures on the internet as well. Is there a certain thing that brings them on, or is it unpredictable? The answer to that, Kathy, is that they are unpredictable, and that's the most unfortunate part about having epilepsy, is you don't know when they're going to come on, and I think that's a very scary feeling for someone who is newly diagnosed with epilepsy, and he may be experiencing that as well. For me, I'm unable to work at this time because my seizures do happen during the day, and if I'm unable to talk or communicate or type, then it's not good for me. And the biggest thing about that is the unpredictability part. If I knew that they were going to happen on, say, Mondays at 2 p.m. and then Fridays at 9 a.m., then that would be easier to be able to work and just not work on those days. But unfortunately, to answer your question, they are unpredictable, and that's the hardest part to live with. I hope that the employee that you had that had the seizure is able to get medicated in the correct way, and because some can be 100% controlled by medication, so hopefully he has a specialist he's working with. And I understand that he doesn't want to talk about the seizures or epilepsy because there is a stigma attached to it. Unfortunately, what people see as a grand mal seizures, and it's not the best thing to see. It's certainly very scary to experience when you don't know what's happening. And I just tell him to contact a support group like the BC Epilepsy Society and speak to others speak to me even. If he has any questions or he'd like to contact me, again, he can do so via the BeingTimmy video blog on Facebook or the BeingTimmy YouTube channel. That's it for today. I'm going to get more questions. I'd be happy to talk to you. And until then, thank you very much.